now on News Channel 6 at 5, the investigation into a deadly house fire continues. Tonight, we hear from the father of the young victim.
Plus, still missing. The Burke County Sheriff's Office increasing reward money to help find a missing man. We'll tell you how you can help straight ahead.
And reaction to that big announcement about the Regency Mall property. Your news at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is Wjbf News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us.
Coverage you can count on begins now with us learning more about a double shooting at a park in Sandersville.
News Channel 6's Darrenisa Jefferson has more on why law enforcement and neighbors say the park is becoming a problem.
We're going to bring you that story in just a few moments as soon as it is available. The father of a child killed in a house fire is speaking out tonight. That fire happened Tuesday at a home on Sarah Creek Court in Martinez. Tony Mai lost his 10-year-old son, Nicholas. Mai says his ex-wife told him she left to go get something to eat, and when she came back, the house was in flames.
I feel bad. Yesterday and today I cannot sleep. I see my son burn. I cannot sleep.
Oh, so sad, so sorry, Mr. Mai, for your loss. Y'all, today would have been Nicholas's 11th birthday. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
So sad. The Burke County Sheriff's Office is increasing the reward money for help with search for a man who has been missing since 2016. On Wednesday, the 6th anniversary was marked of Simon Powell's disappearance. He was last seen June 1st wearing blue dicky overalls. The next day, investigators found his white pickup truck engulfed in flames. Sheriff Alfonso Williams says they're now offering $30,000 to anyone with any substantial information.
We have conducted several dozen interviews. We have re-looked at this case a number of times. It is with our investigators currently. We have followed up many leads, and we have come to a dead end.
Sheriff Williams says this missing person search has now become a recovery.
One suspect in jail, another one is still wanted after a man was found dead in a car in Aiken last month. Jenny, we've been covering this here on News Channel 6. Javon Croft, accused in the murder of Charles Bradley. Bradley found dead in his car near the intersection of Hampton Avenue and Assembly Street back on May 3rd.
A second suspect, Freddie Simpkins, is still out there. Simpkins has active warrants for murder and several drug charges.
Coverage you can count on continuing now with that double shooting down at a park in Sandersville, Georgia. We want to bring you this story.
Here's News Channel 6's Darrenisa Jefferson.
The GBI and the Washington County Sheriff's Office are still investigating that shooting, but we have learned that there is no back check or security at the event that nearly 1,000 people attended.
We're going to take every avenue that we can to ensure that we don't have another incident like this.
Sunday, 2 people were shot and killed at the Freaknik Festival at the Larry Mitchell Ballpark. Washington County Sheriff Joel Cochran says this isn't the first time they've had problems with events held at the park.
We've had numerous occasions to visit this property, at events, ranging from loud music complaints to overcrowding to fights. We've actually, we've had several instances out there where vehicles were shot up.
We spoke to a neighbor who says he heard the gunshots behind his home Sunday.
I heard about 15 shots, and people was running through the yard and everything. It was falling, cars running over people and everything, and it just was a mess.
He says those bullets could have hit him or someone in his family.
Like I say, I got grandboys here, and they could have been easily shot. My wife, my daughter, and the bullets that they don't have no special place to go. It could have been easy. One of them could have came in my house and did serious damage.
Sheriff Cochran says they've spoken to the owners of the park before before, but in light of the shooting, he wants to see more done to stop another shooting from happening.
We've got 2 people that lost their lives due to foolishness, and I think it's just time now that we got to take a stand. I look in the coming days or weeks, the county will take some action on that property.
As for the shooting, Sheriff Cochran says they are anticipating making arrests in the near future. In Washington County, Denise Jefferson, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Now for our first check of the forecast. Years and $20 million later, a busy shopping center.
Really, it's all of our city, so it's important to everyone that their voice is heard.
These June runoff elections are going to let us know who the Democratic nominees are for Secretary of State, Lieutenant Governor, Labor Commissioner, and Insurance Commissioner. Also, they'll decide the Republican nominee for congressional races.
20 years and $20 million later, a busy shopping center is under new ownership. U.S. Property Group has sold Village Plaza, which it owned for 2 decades. News Channel 6's Bria Smith is live off Bobby Jones Expressway, where she spoke to longtime business owners about the change. Bria.
That's right. One of those owners tells me her business has been here long enough to witness the plaza's growth.
We moved in 16 years ago, and when we moved in, the shopping center had many vacant spots, and we moved in here because it was great rent and we were a new business.
The plaza now houses both local and corporate businesses, including Walmart, Sam's Club, Tractor Supply Co., Great Deals on Furniture, and more. Carol Kennedy, owner of Great Deals on Furniture, says she saw her business grow along with the plaza itself under the management of U.S. Property Group.
Since we've been here, the shopping center has filled in, I think, almost all of the spaces, and we have a variety of businesses here, which is really great because it draws a variety of people here, which is, I think, what a business owner wants. You want a broad exposure to a lot of different people.
Her main concern, however, is that the new California-based owners will be able to keep up with Village Plaza's progress over the years.
And that they don't change the rate structure so much that people leave, and that it still remains what I think is a great place to shop.
Business watchers speculate a selling point for the new buyers was the below-market rent being paid by the shopping center's tenants. Cal Ray, president of Augusta Economic Development Authority, said he believes this was a good investment by U.S. Property Group as it has become income-producing. So far, there's no word for redevelopment in Martinez. Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Tonight, your chance to voice your opinion about a proposed shopping center in Columbia County. The public hearing set for 6 o'clock tonight. It's a 29,000 square foot deal. It's McElhaney Square. McElhaney is going to include a grocery store, retail shops, and restaurants. It's going to be at Columbia Road at Hereford Farm. We're going to hear from the people who go to that meeting and the Columbia County Planning Commission at 6.
Well, questions are swirling tonight around that announced development at Regency Mall. Tuesday, mayoral candidate Stephen Kendrick said that after months of working with owners, plans have been filed to create a housing and retail development at the old mall site in South Augusta. Former mayoral candidate Marion Williams this week endorsed Kendrick's opponent for mayor. Williams spent 16 years on the commission and says major announcements like this should come from the city, not a political candidate.
I really don't pass the smell test, George. I've been advocating for the transparency. I stood on the planning board for 16 years almost. The process is go to planning and director, then they come to the commission with it. None of that have took place. No commissioner will sign off on this. It just don't pass the smell test.
Kendrick did not want to talk about the criticism on camera, but says he will continue to discuss the Regency project at campaign forums next week.
Tiny homes are becoming more popular across the country, and now they could be coming to Augusta. Commissioner Jordan Johnson has already proposed a plan to allow them. He says it would mean houses that cost less and would help address homelessness.
Tiny homes can fit anyone, of any age bracket, of any income bracket. It's an affordable option for housing, especially in a market where housing is not as affordable as it once was.
The full commission will take a look at it on Tuesday. Yonkers in Georgia, where the governor, Brian Kemp, signed the Save the Hotel grant. That's going to free up $150 million worth of pandemic relief money that'll pay for things like workforce development and safety and security for people who work at hotels. A deadline for applications will be announced in the coming weeks. Coming up, the verdict, as you may have heard, is in.
And we'll look more into the Depp Heard case and what's expected to happen next. Stay with us.
Now to that verdict in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial, the jury concluding that both were defamed.
However, the case is seen as a widespread victory for Johnny Depp, with Amber Heard's team vowing to appeal. Morgan Norwood explains what's next.
The bombshell verdict in the superstar trial involving Amber Heard and ex-husband Johnny Depp appears to be headed for an appeal. Amber Heard's attorney on the Today Show.
She had some excellent grounds for it.
A jury found that Depp had been defamed with actual malice in 3 statements and an opinion piece written by Heard in the Washington Post, who said she was a public figure representing domestic abuse.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
The panel awarded him more than $10 million, but jurors say Depp must also pay up, awarding Heard $2 million, finding that she was defamed by Depp's lawyer, who accused her of creating a detailed hoax surrounding the abuse allegations.
So maybe the jurors didn't believe she got together with her friends to do this. But when it comes to the fundamental allegations at issue in this case, the jurors believed Johnny Depp and did not believe Amber Heard.
In some ways, this trial was a repeat of a lawsuit that Depp filed in the United Kingdom against a British tabloid after they called him, quote, a wife-beater. Except the judge in that case ruling in the newspaper's favor, finding Heard's abuse claims were substantially truthful.
Johnny Depp brought a suit in the UK for the same case, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found that Mr. Depp had committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence, against Amber.
Now, Amber Heard's team looking for another chance to prove their case.
And Amber Heard releasing a statement saying she's heartbroken. Johnny Depp, on the other hand, saying this jury gave him his life back. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Later this month, the man who shot and wounded President Ronald Reagan will be free. A federal judge ruling John Hinckley Jr., who opened fire on the president and others, is no longer a danger. The Reagan Foundation and Institute is opposed to Hinckley's complete discharge from court oversight, but it is set to take effect June 15th.
Georgia has confirmed its first case of monkeypox. State health officials say it was found in metro Atlanta in a man who had a history of traveling internationally. Now the CDC is doing more testing to confirm, and contact tracing is being done. There have been no confirmed cases of the virus in South Carolina.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at the forecast with Tim.
Also ahead, we will take a look at interesting ways to increase your child's IQ. Don't go anywhere.
I'm attorney. Won't last long though. Once we get an early part of next week, we are back to the low 90s, I'm afraid, and a little bit more humidity, very summer-esque.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say.
Thank you, Tim. Still ahead, video games that may be able to increase your child's IQ.
Also ahead, a major discovery out of Egypt. We'll have more on that for you right after the break.
I'm Stacey.
Oh, look, a pirate ship.
A new study suggesting video games can increase a child's intelligence over time. The study out of Sweden shows kids who spend above average amounts of time playing video games tend to have a higher IQ. Researchers took a look at 9 and 10-year-olds, and the children averaged 2.5 hours a day watching TV, 30 minutes a day on social media, and an hour playing video games. Well, after 2 years, they found those who played more video games in general were better able to learn effectively, think rationally, understand complex ideas, and adapt to new situations.
Well, how about this? Archaeologists in Egypt unveiling a major discovery. They found 250 sealed coffins containing mummies, 150 statues of gods and goddesses, and other items, including combs, eyeliner, and jewelry. The discovery was made just south of Cairo. The team says these items date back to the late days of ancient Egypt.
Fascinating. Well, we're back at 6. The Count News Channel 6 for more stories and headlines from this Thursday at 5:30.
John Hart and Dee Griffin are with us now for a look at what's ahead.
Thanks so much. Next at 5:30, a big celebration is underway overseas as the United Kingdom celebrates Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee.
Plus, the fans taking a closer